Duelists, why feel good when you can feel great? Duelists. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and it's not because I've been busy and haven't had time. We're actually just gonna play these games together. This is SalamanGREAT, a Link archetype. We've been all about the Links recently with the Link Regulation Festival, as well as doing, of course, all the Marincess stuff that came in our new pack. But right with that new pack, we also got the SalamanGREAT structure decks that they gave us, which basically provides you with this entire deck minus, you know, the hand trap staples. We also got the semi-limiting of SalamanGREAT Gazelle from 1 to 2. So now this deck is basically 100% playable here on Master Duel. Mostly this deck is trying to get to its control boss monster with something like a Decode Talker Heat Soul, or on turn 2, we're trying to OTK with something like an Access Code Talker via Update Jammer and a Transcode Talker. With that being said, let's just hop in. All right. So here we are. As I said, I don't know a whole lot about this deck, but I do know that going first, I want to get to something like a Decode Talker Heat Soul and also a Sunlight Wolf if possible. All right, we'll lead off with a normal summon of the Flame Buffalo. First step usually is going to be Link summoning our SalamanGREAT Balinks. And with the Buffalo allowing us to not only discard but then draw is great, because we want something like a Jaguar and a Falco in the grave. I think it's actually more important for us to trigger the Flame Buffalo and get the discard and draw. So we'll order it Buffalo 1 and Balinks 2 in case they want to Ash our adding of the Sanctuary, which is the SalamanGREAT field spell. All right, Max C is going to be a little annoying. If we go Max C, we can go... Neither of these is great to discard. They're going to put us down on board advantage. I think Jaguar is probably the better hit. It's looking a little rough out here, so we can go Sanctuary, trying to avoid giving them any cards. We could just set the Roar and have Maxi and Nibiru. The other option is we could go SalamanGREAT Sanctuary allows us to basically Link summon a monster using that same monster. So we could go Balinks, and then Balinks would be in the grave. We could shuffle it back with the Jaguar in the grave, which would allow us to get to a Sunlight Wolf. Do we even want a Sunlight Wolf? Or we could go Splash Mage into Decode Talker Heat Soul. I think that's probably the best bet. I'm going to give them a few cards. This might not be correct, but I'm going to give them a few cards to work with just for the sake of basically showing off that this is a line. So let's see, we're going to go 1. Now we can go Jaguar. Jaguar will shuffle back the Balinks. Jaguar needs to shuffle back a SalamanGREAT from our grave in order to special summon itself to the field. Then we can go Splash Mage. Yeah, I'm not liking this. I think I should have just let him go and had Maxi and Nibiru. Plus the counter trap. We can activate Splash Mage. Splash Mage will get us back. Jaguar seems fine. And now the important thing about Decode Talker Heat Soul is it needs 2 different attributes. Or it needs, all the monsters need to be different attributes, I should say. All right, so let's activate Heat Soul's effect to pay 1,000, draw a card. Attempt to draw a card. Our opponent might have an Ash. They're actually going to Ash us. Okay, sure. I mean, that means it's out of their hand for a Max C next turn. All right, not the best setup, but Heat Soul should provide us some good advantage. We've got Maxi, we've got Nibiru. So let's see what our opponent can get up to. Okay, well, Heat Soul is a quick effect, so I'm gonna fire this now. Droplet's great. Droplet will be great for next turn if we need to break a board. Because other than that, we don't really have much. All right, yeah, so... Here's the Max C. Show me the called by. Okay, Max C resolves. All right, this will be interesting to see how far they go. If they go far enough, we could try and Nibiru them. There's 1. So this is, that's 2 summons. If they don't have Long Wand now, we can Nibiru them before they get to Baron, which would be ideal. There's Circle. Circle is going to allow us to search a SalamanGREAT. Okay, so they've got Blackout. Going for Blackout. They're just going to set Blackout. Here's Long One. Pitching Vishuddha. Okay, that's problematic, yeah, for sure. Okay. Now, with this 5th summon, because they could go for Baron, which could negate our Nibiru, so we go for Nibiru now. Sure, that's fine. A token special summon. Face up attack, I suppose. Just in case this has a potential of living. No Primal Being token here. Alright, so they're going to go Vishuddha, sending back the Roar. Emergence will get the Moye, but they've already normaled this turn. They've already activated Longwan. They're going to go Ashana. I could see them going Ashana into Monk, activate Ashana in Grave, special summoning any Tenyi, and then go Monk plus that Tenyi into Shaman. Shaman discard Reborn the Chixiao. Or just Raigeki. Maybe they just want to keep Blackout open. Here's the Monk, yep. Can we activate multiple Nibirus in one turn? There's the Vishuddha. I wonder if they're trying to deck us out. Still 24 cards left. But to be fair, we have pretty much everything we need except for the Gazelle, which we can search with the Circle. Okay. Okay. Take 3K. Let's lead with the Circle, just see what they've got going on. We're going to get Gazelle. We're going to go for Buffalo again because we want the draw. We want the discard. And also, if they decide to Blackout us, Buffalo will still trigger. Now, I think if they Blackout now is probably the worst. Okay, so they're going to let it happen. Let's get the Falco in the grave because we already have a Jack Jaguar in there. Falco is going to allow us to reset our... we also are going to trigger Gazelle. Gazelle triggers because a SalamanGREAT was sent to the grave. Doesn't matter how it's sent to the grave, whether it's from the field, hand, or deck. So we could Foolish Burial. Alright, we'll set SalamanGREAT Circle. We'll activate the Gazelle. Now, I'm trying to think what we don't have. I suppose Foxy is the only thing that's not in rotation, so we'll send Foxy just to have it in rotation. We can go now Foxy, activate Foxy. Since we control a... we'll send Spinny because Spinny can special from the grave. That's another great thing about all these SalamanGREATs is most of them can special from the grave. We don't want to destroy a card. Really just kind of waiting for them to blow up some of our fields. Get another special summon going. Just trying to get basically everything out of our grave, I suppose. And onto the field. I'm really waiting for them to fire this Blackout. Alright, so we're pretty full here now. Let's start linking up and see what we can do. Alright, so Heat Leo is going to shuffle a Spell Trap back into the deck. So if they're going to fire this, they got to fire it now. Yep, okay. That's fine. That's acceptable. We can protect with Balinks, which is actually a effect that I forgot about, not going to lie. Alright, now I think we just got to go Update Jammer. We just got to move quickly here. Now we go Access Code. Want to make sure to activate Update Jammer first and then put Access Code Chain Link 2 because it cannot be responded to. Target this bad boy. Make sure it's 53. Alright, now let's go. Just pop this last back row just in case. Alright, go to battle. Attack. Easy peasy. There we go. That's how we do it. All right, going again on the play. We're doing pretty well. Let's go. Let's lead with the cyanite mining. We can test the waters for an ash, and also we want this spinny in the grave. Actually, I suppose we're gonna put the let's put the Jack Jaguar in the grave. The spinny can get itself in the grave actually, but let's go like this, and yeah, we are gonna want a gazelle. A gazelle can just special summon itself right now. I guess it sees the fact that a SalamanGREAT was put in the grave. All right, gazelle out. We're going to send, since we're on the play, let's send the counter trap because we can get this back with a Heat Leo. We'll normal summon the Buffalo per the usual and go into a Baylynx. Buffalo is going to trigger, allowing us to put the Sunny in the grave. Once again, I'm going to prioritize the Buffalo over the Baylynx, though it didn't look like they had an Ash Blossom or anything when we were searching for the Gazelle with the Cyanite mining. Alright, so here's the Sanctuary. Buffalo's going to trigger. We can get that Spinny in the grave, which can special summon back from the grave. We got it. We got another Spinny. Okay, cool. We'll activate the Sanctuary. Okay, so we can go like this, right? We can go into the Sunlight Wolf now. Alright, so here's the Sunlight Wolf. Now we've got extra fodder in the grave for not only our Spinny to summon back, but also for our Jack Jaguar, since Jack Jaguar needs to shuffle a SalamanGREAT back in from the graveyard to the deck. We can use the effect of Sanctuary to overlay Sunlight Wolf on itself. And now that it was link summoned using itself, we're not going to actually optionally activate the effect of the Roar in grave to set itself, just because it banishes itself when it leaves. And I'd rather just be able to continually recycle it if I can. So we'll activate the Sunlight Wolf, add the Roar back to hand. Now we can go for the Jack Jaguar. We'll spin the second Sunlight Wolf back in. Sunlight Wolf will trigger, allowing us to add back. I'm going to go for the Gazelle. Although Buffalo is very tempting for next turn. I think I like the Gazelle just because it's going to give us a little bit of extension next turn if they disrupt our plays. And since, once again, we're going first, we're going to want to go for a Decode Talker Heat Soul into something like an access code on turn 3. So now we can go for a Splash Mage. Splash Mage, it actually is looking like it's pretty critical. I could see running 2 of these just in case one gets disrupted. But now we can go Splash Mage. We can special summon back. Oh, we can actually get the Buffalo now here. And now we can go into the Heat Soul. Alright. Trigger the Heat Soul. Pay 1,000, draw 1. There's a Foxy. Nice to have that in rotation. Now, that's pretty much all we want, I suppose. Is there any way to special summon anything else? Alright, so we've already activated basically everything we can this turn. So we'll just set to. And... ooh, we need... we don't have anything to fire the Roar. Alright, sort of botched that in the end. We didn't have anything to fire the Roar. And then I instinctively activated the Spinny, thinking that it was going to allow me to special summon it from the grave, but it did not. Ash Blossom is a hell of a pickup. Alright, we've got plenty of disruption. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to Ash that. Seeing Extrav kind of makes me think this is something like a Flu, which is going to be annoying. We're going to set 1, 2, 3, Eaglin, add Empen. Normal summon Barrier Statue. Gotcha. Okay, well, we can definitely get over Barrier Statue, so we're kind of chilling. Let's activate Heat Soul just to see if we can get anything else off the top. They're going to go for Macrocosmos. That's a little suspect, for sure. So, I think here's what we do. Normal Foxy. Nah, we're chilling. Don't need to activate that. Alright, let's just go straight to battle. Beat over the Barrier Statue. Beat over the Empen. Alright, now let's go main 2. And I think we actually just set the Imperm and chill. I was debating going Access Code Talker, and even though these would get banished, we could still activate Access Code Talker and start popping things. But I think we're all right. Now we have the Roar online, so when they go to activate map, we can actually destroy it. And our opponent scoops it up. Wow. Okay, so yeah, when they go to activate map, assuming they had something else in hand, because we know they only had the Empen, but they might have drawn into a Floowandereeze. We could have activated the SalamanGREAT Roar, negated the map effect, and destroyed the map because we had the Foxy out, and then we would have had the Imperm to negate if they had a regular normal summon. All right, let's do one more. Yeah, here we go. Let's lead with the Synapse Mining. We can send the Foxy, which is going to trigger our Gazelle. Let's just get a Jaguar. Let's get Gazelle trigger. All right, let's think. We're going to want to send... We can send Spinny, or we can send one of our traps. I think we just get the trap into rotation. We might not be able to pull it off, similar to the other games. We can still have it in rotation for turn 3. All right, we'll go Balinks here. Balinks will trigger. Get the Sanctuary. Jag. Now we can go Sunlight Wolf. Overlay with Sunlight Wolf. Not going to activate Roar. Going to activate the Wolf itself. Give me the Roar. Alright, let's activate the Jaguar. Shuffle back in the Sunlight Wolf. Special this baby right here. Activate the Sunlight Wolf. Going to add back Gazelle is probably the move. Now we can go Splash. Splash will trigger. Get back Jaguar. And then you know the move, we can go into Decode Talker Heat Soul. Let's activate the Decode Talker Heat Soul. Grab a card. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Alright, now that we've got Spinny, we can go Foxy. Foxy effect. We want Spinny in the grave, so let's just discard that. Spinny can come back up with our... Nope, we're not going to destroy anything with Heat Soul. Let's activate Will of the SalamanGREAT here. Start messing around with this card. We can just special summon a SalamanGREAT monster from our hand or graveyard. What about a Sunlight Wolf? And I kind of think that's as far as I want to go. We've got Roar online. And we've got Heat Soul online. And there's no reason for me to really pull anything out because we need targets for something like a Heat Leo, which can shuffle back spell traps, and we're not going to be... we're not attacking on turn 1, so we don't need to go for anything like an access code. But I'm pretty happy with this setup. Would have liked some hand traps, but, you know, we've got the counter trap, and we can potentially draw into something with Heat Soul, which we're going to do right now. Heart of the cards. Show me the goods. That'll do. That'll extend us next turn. I'm really starting to think that this deck is not a going second deck because you want to be able to set up. That is super annoying. I'm going to leave it just because we can get rid of it with Heat Leo. And it might be bait. Okay, sure. Hopefully this isn't some sort of weird FTK. You know what? I'm going to negate this. I think this is a perfectly fine negate just in case we're not going to lose anything and they're not going to gain any resources by banishing themselves. All right, now they've got the Keystone. Keystone's going to come in. They're going to shuffle back the Necro face. It's not the Corridor, so we're not dealing with anything like a Thunder Dragon, which is good. But I think this should be a pretty easy cleanup right here. I'll activate Heat Soul, see if we can draw anything nice. They're going to go for Trap Trick. Okay. Let's fire off the circle in response. Just get adding. I don't know what sort of trap they're going to get off this. So they're going to add a Worm Monster. They're going to add Metaphys Ragnarok. We've got Gazelle. I suppose we want... Let's get Falco. It's the only one that's not in rotation. They're going to go Trap Trick. Sending Metaphys Ascension. Discard a Metaphys card. Draw a card. Banish a Metaphys from the deck. Blah, blah, blah. Do I want to use Ash on the banished effective Metaphys Ascension or on the card itself? I think this is fine. Really, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go for probably an access code. Blow up their board anyway. Time to just start going? Let's just go Update Jammer. I gotta start moving since I'm running out of time here. How come update jammer didn't trigger? It was not sent to the grave. Sick. Activate this effect. Battle. Woo! Let's go. Holy shoot, that was scary for a sec. They're really messing me up with the reduction in this timer here, but I guess that makes people play faster, which is, you know. And that's that for the Salaman Good, Bad, and Ugly. Loving the amount of extension and recursion from the graveyard that we're having, and Decode Talker Heat Soul is a hell of a first turn boss monster, provides a ton of card advantage, and then being able to so easily go into that update jammer, into Access Code Talker for the OTK line on either turn 2 or turn 3 is phenomenal. There's a lot of cards in this list that we didn't really even get to see. We didn't get to see the Rage, we didn't even see Mirage Stalio, and we didn't get to see Heat Leo in its full glory. It did bait out that Swordsoul Blackout briefly, but really enjoying this deck. Definitely something that I'm going to tinker around with. And other than the staples, once again, you can go in, get 3 copies of the structure deck, and basically have this whole deck. So with that, Jules out.